This is less than 5 minutes, and this is an essay that I put on my Facebook page about the pandemic and the quarantine. It doesn't have a title. I've been brave, keeping a stiff upper lip, but lately it has been hard. Somehow I feel adrift knowing that I have so few family stories about the last pandemic, the Spanish flu of 1918 to 1920, to see me through. My last relative that bore witness to it was my maternal grandmother, Grandmother Winnie, who died in 1989. For the rest of her life, she would visibly shudder when the word flu was mentioned in her presence. Then she would say, "The flu is treacherous." It is poignant to think that she was in her mid-20s during that time. I am facing this round in my late 60s. What wisdom can I possibly gain from young Winnie's navigating the treacherous waters, to use her words, of the Spanish flu? Mainly this, she continued. She and my grandfather got married in 1919, before that plague had run its course. They had 3 daughters together. She volunteered for the Red Cross during World War II. She served as president of her local Iris Club, and later advised me on how to transplant my own bulbs. Her evening grace always included a request that God help us to discern the things that are trivial from the things that are eternal. I wonder when I can safely have people over for dinner again, but not whether. I'm putting together a guest room, somehow believing that it will again be safe to have my younger son and daughter-in-law as overnight visitors. My firstborn, as well as his wife and daughter, live with me. And I have to believe that these desires are not trivial. So I guess I am a bit like Grandmother Winnie. I can visualize a future that includes closeness, company, but I will always shudder at the memory of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our times call to mind the last lines of a poem by the German playwright and poet Bertolt Brecht, An die Nachgeborenen, or To Posterity, translated by H.R. Hayes. The poem was written between 1934 and 1938, the early days of the Nazi period. You who shall emerge from the flood in which we are sinking, think when you speak of our weaknesses, also of the dark time that brought them forth. I hope that in our own time of trials, we will also bring forth our strengths. I want to say I'm sorry I've been a bit drifty in earlier readings. I was up late last night and not running on a whole lot of sleep, so I'm sorry about that. But